What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. Well, I am back home, and let's get these videos done, honey. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 8. So listen, we start this episode off. We have Miss Brooklyn, is telling us what she learned at school. She learned the days of the week. She got the Wednesday and said, "I'm done because I'm hungry and I'm about to eat my food." Okay, she's so cute. We see Drew working out with her, dropping with Drew folk, and she decides that she wants to have like a drop it with Drew situation to invite the ladies to celebrate the people who've been losing weight because they have some real success stories. And she really wants to invite the ladies to see exactly what the drop it with Drew is because it's been such a, controversy about what drop it with Drew really is. Okay. Then we see Sonya having a conversation with her sister about what's going on with her and her husband. And like basically she said, I need to talk to him because I do not want another child. Like at the end of the day, I feel like he wasn't there for me the way I needed him to be there for me when it was time for us to have a baby the first time around. And so I'm not sure that this is the situation that I need. And so I'm gonna just go on and knock her out the way, child. So she planned this romantic evening. Now listen, let me say something, Sonya. I'm really surprised at Deuce's behavior coming from this strong Jamaican family. Like, I always thought that, and I know this is a stereotype, so I know all my Jamaican people, y'all can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I mean, I thought y'all had that strong, no nonsense. Like, Deuce is running things. Deuce was in that kitchen acting a fool, talking about something he was ready to eat now. And where it was his food now. And I wanted to eat now. I was like, damn, Deuce, okay. He want to eat now. So then we see, um, she got her mama gonna watch Deuce. She cooked her a salmon meal. Do y'all get the idea that that's the only meal that Sonya know how to cook? Cause she was saying it like that was her specialty and she's so good at it. But then she was like, well, sometimes it's hit or miss. And her husband was shocked as hell to see that she had actually cooked. And I feel like that's like the only thing she know how to cook, or maybe that's the best thing she knows how to cook. So like that's her go-to whenever she want to have like a romantical evening, or she want to like get her husband in a good mood. She makes this salmon for him. What y'all think? Did y'all get that impression? Because that's the impression that I got. Okay, moving on. So he comes home and he's happy to see her. He's happy, and she starts talking to him about not wanting another child. She said, listen, I don't want another child because I felt abandoned, I felt alone, and I want to get my career going. I'm a career driven woman. You're not here most of the time. You're out doing what you're doing. And everybody has their own perspective of looking at things. Of course he wants another child, and he doesn't understand the full brunt of what that puts on a woman, especially when he's out doing his thing. And he told her, he said, remember when I played football? Remember when I was in the NFL? Remember when I would have a bad game? How you had my back, how you supported me, how you were there for me. He was like, I know I don't play football anymore, but I still need that. When things aren't going right with the business, when we're having issues, like I still need that support. I still need to feel like you have my back. And then on the flip side, she was like, okay, but I don't think you hearing what I'm saying. Like I hear you. You need me to have your back, but what I need you to understand is I need your help now. Like I am struggling. Like she was literally in tears. And she basically asked him, well, would you resent me if I chose to not have another child? Would you resent me? And he was like, I don't know. So they are at a true crisis in their relationship. Um, and I feel like, because Sonya even said, I know I said I wanted more children. So it wasn't like she always said I'm one and done. They had agreed that they were going to have more kids. But she doesn't want to feel like a single parent. And I understand that he's trying to get the business going. And she said that, one of the original motives for moving to Atlanta was that they were going to open up a branch in Atlanta. But it sounds like his original business in Texas was sort of in crisis, and he had to get that back on solid footing before they could start opening up a new a new branch, and listen, that's good business sense. I ain't mad about that, but again, it just looks like that's where the problem is coming in. Anyway, so um that's them. Anyway, that's them. So then we see Sheree, Marlo, and Candy. They go to a sauna, and they basically, honestly, Marlo and Sheree basically set that up to ambush Candy and tell her how she's such a horrible friend and how they need her to do better. And Candy knew it was a setup. You know how Candy knew it was a setup? Because Candy showed up with absolutely no intention in participating in this activity. Candy been doing this long enough to know she know how this go. Candy knows how this goes. Candy knows how this works. You show up. You know that the place is a damn sauna. It was called the sweat place or something dealing with sweat. Okay, Candy ain't show up with a change of clothes. She didn't show up in workout gear. She had absolutely no intention in participating in whatever the hell she knew that Sheree and Marlo had baked up. Because she knew it was some bull hockey. She knew before she walked in there. So she gets in there and basically that's what it is. They don't think that Candy's being a good friend. Marlo, and then Marlo brings up this whole, well, I was raised in foster care, because when Candy was like, hold up, I'm as good of a friend to y'all as y'all are to me. Like, y'all keep wanting something from me that y'all don't give to me. And Marlo gonna talk about, well, I grew up in foster care. What the hell kind of shit does that mean? What does that mean, Marlo? She talking about something. Well, Candy, you were raised better than me, so I expect better. Girl, what? So, Marlo, you are damn near 50 years old. I mean, I don't know her age, but I know she was well over the age of 40, okay? Well over the age of 40. And I get it. You may have come from foster care, and I'm not negating that those are experiences there. But at this point in life, listen, I'm not giving you that pass. If you were in your early 20s, maybe. I might give you that pass and be like, girl, you know what? I understand that, you had a whole situation. But, girl, you have been a friend and have expected things from friends for 20 years, 30 years. You know what it is that you expect. And you know that you need to give what you want to get back. And you're not giving. And let's just call a spade a spade. At the end of the day, Marlo and Sheree, all they're doing is creating enough friction to hopefully hold on to their peach for next season. And they went after the big dog. That's it. You went after, in order to be the queen, you got to beat the queen. And the two queens on this show at this point would be Candy and would be Kenya. Whether you like them or not, they the queens. And that's all this is, because everything that they're coming at is some bullshit. Everything they're coming at them with is some bullshit. But anyway, Candy got upset. And y'all know when Candy, that voice get to shaking. Y'all know when that voice get to shaking. You know you better watch out, because Candy don't be playing them games. And Candy got the, and she was so frustrated. And then all of a sudden they want to give her a hug and stuff. Girl, bye. Candy told him she wasn't getting in that sauna because she wasn't getting her edges messed up, because she had something else to do. And like I said, she showed up knowing that she had no intention of participating fully in this activity, okay? Moving on. Then we have Sheree finally meeting with a project manager to try to get She by Sheree on the map. Listen, I'm not entertaining any She by Sheree conversations, okay? Because even though I wasn't doing YouTube at the beginning of this Real Housewives adventure, baby, I've been watching it. I've been watching Atlanta from the first episode, okay? I remember the very first episode when Sheree wouldn't let Nene in her party talking about something. She wasn't on the guest list. Girl, bye. Okay? And I remember the fashion show with no fashions. So what we're not going to do, Sheree, is sit here and act like you're doing something that 5,670,000 other people have not done over the last 15 years. Like, let's not act like you're trying to do something that is so revolutionary to the fashion community that you can't get it together, that you can't find the right person. You need to focus and get your shit together. She got all these prototypes talking about this is from 2017, this is from 2000, this is from 2000. Scrap all that shit. Because if you're supposed to be such a fashion-forward fashion icon, nothing that you did in 2017 is probably going to work in today's market. Did y'all see that tracksuit with the balloon shoulders? Who the fuck is wearing that? Anyway. Then we see Marlo down to her Lee archive with her nephews. Child, they've been acting up. She said ever since that call with her sister, they've been cutting up. And so she reached out to their older sister to get her to go visit their mom, that hopefully maybe something would happen. First of all, let me say this, and Marlo, and for as much as you getting on my nerves with this whole Candy situation, I've always, even from the beginning when you first took your nephews in, which I know you didn't think was gonna be a permanent thing. You thought it was only gonna be for a little while, and it's turned into a couple of years. So let me say this to you. I applaud that. I applaud what you are doing. But what I am, but what I'm gonna say on the flip side of that is this: are they in therapy? And that's real talk. That's no play. That's no bullshit. Are they in therapy? Because those boys need to be in therapy. Those boys need to be in therapy. It's got to be hard dealing with what they're dealing with and not understanding. And when you're talking about mental illness and addiction and some of these other things and criminal activity, and God knows what they saw and what they witnessed prior to you taking custody of them. I'm sure you know. They need to be in therapy, because when they start acting out, I mean, that's classic. Like, it doesn't take a PhD to know that that's classic science, right? So, anyway, but helping them clean up your damn store, probably, I don't know if that's the right decision, but whatever. Then we see Monyetta, Candy, and Kenya. I guess they trying out Monyetta for maybe a Peach next season, or a friend of next season, because it's the second time she done popped up, and she ends up popping up a third time at the end of this episode. Now, we're very familiar with this role of the friend that comes around. Shamia was that friend, and allegedly Shamia was offered a Peach, but she didn't want it, which I can respect, and it was probably a good decision, Shamia. And maybe Monyetta doesn't really want a Peach, but she enjoys being in the moment, right? Being in the moment. So they're at a candle making company, which I think that's cute. That's the second time I've seen that. We saw that on put a ring on it. Was it Put a Ring on It? Where they went and made candles. I love candles. Y'all know how much I love me a good candle. I would love to go somewhere and make me a nice candle, put my name on the child. Anyway, while they're there, Candy tells them about what happened with Marlo and Sheree, and Kenya sort of, carries a bone back to Candy about, what Marlo said about the clothes donation, and about how she doesn't think Candy's a good friend. And of course, Candy was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, they keep coming to me like I'm such a horrible friend to them, yet and still, what kind of a friend are they to me? Like, they're not being a good friend to me. So, then they bring up the sex toy thing again, child. Listen, Mayetta wanted to be on her girl's side, but once Kenya explained that anybody in that van could buzz her hoo-ha, and it could be anybody's husband, she was like, okay, now I don't know about that. So then Candy was like, oh girl, don't be acting all brand new now. Don't be acting like you so. But here's the thing, again, Candy, everybody is not willing to put their sexuality on Front Street like you are. So maybe when y'all are together and it's just a couple thing, it's Mayetta and her husband, you and Todd, and maybe 2 or 3 other couples, y'all do that kind of stuff and nobody has an issue with it. But remember, you're not in that company, right? You're not among your friends. You're among co-workers. Let's be clear. These are your co-workers, okay? And everybody doesn't have a husband. So I can understand where Kenya is coming from. And I don't think Kenya is a prude, but I think that there's just a time and a place. And I've said this a million times, so I'm not going to keep dwelling on it. But Candy just can't seem to understand why everybody ain't just open with their sex like she is. Candy, everybody ain't open with it like you are, girl. And it doesn't make you wrong or make them right. It's just everybody different. Everybody is different. Let me see here. Okay. So now we're at the event with down to the drop it with Drew situation. And what I thought was funny, why is Bravo always so fucking shady, y'all? What I thought was funny was Bravo talking about some they pulled up to the little gym situation. It wasn't a real gym. And why Bravo gonna give us the 3 days before, and it was just like an open storefront? It didn't have none of the like signage or anything like that. And then 3 days later, they got these big old drop it by Drew signage and everything all over the place. I said, y'all so damn shady, Bravo. Anyway, so we get there and everybody's getting ready to work out. First of all, why you got them women weighing in? You know that, I mean, they did it, which I was kind of surprised that they did it, but they did it. They put their weight up there. which I thought was interesting because, I mean, I was just surprised that they would do that. But they have this workout, y'all. That workout was a very complicated, sophisticated workout. That is not for no beginners. And Drew talking about something. Well, it can be adjusted, it can be amended, you know, for people who are beginners. And I could see where you would do that. But again, I just felt like you was trying to like show it up or whatever. What we found out is that this is a pre-existing program, and Drew is just the face of it, right? Drew, it is the woman wanted to expand into the Atlanta market. She found somebody who was willing to be her spokesperson and her the face of, which was Drew. And so that's where the Drop It by Drew comes from. It is a pre-existing program. I think she said they have 5 or 6 of them already in Chicago. It's similar to, like, remember when Curves was real big? Where Curves, and they all of a sudden you started just seeing Curves pop up everywhere. Everybody, a storefront here, storefront there, a gym here, gym there. Curves was everywhere. And I feel like it's similar to that. You know, you have the exercise part of it, you have the boot camp part of it, and then you have the meal prep part of it. And so, Drew, I'm not mad at you for being a spokesperson for that. I mean, that's not a new thing for people to do. But I think people just, I'm not going to say that they were misled, because I think sometimes people hear what they want to hear. But I think people were just kind of like, oh, that's what this is. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, now, Candy ended up having to get up and abruptly leave because somebody was trying to break in her house. So her and Todd had to hurry up and leave. At first, I thought that was like maybe something they was just doing because they didn't want to be there. But I don't think they would do that. I think somebody really tried to break in their house. Sonya decided to talk to Ralph about her baby issues with her husband. First of all, Sonya, ma'am, Ralph, really? The husband of the woman you've been beefing with for the last 3 episodes is the person you feel comfortable enough to talk about your private, intimate issues with your husband? Because that is a private issue, okay? Second of all, you don't know these people. By your own admission, you just started hanging with them. You just started being cool with them. Why in the world are you telling this man your private issues? Third of all, what the hell did you think Ralph was going to say? Ralph is the same man who left his wife and children and disappeared to Tampa for a week and didn't call nobody, didn't tell nobody where he was. What made you think he was the person to go to for advice about what you should do with your husband? Anyway, moving on. So then Kenya showed up. She was late, but she did show up, child. Of course, Marlo immediately jumps in talking about her being late and why she couldn't get the nanny and she could have done this and she could have done that. And child, they got to arguing and arguing and arguing and arguing and arguing and arguing. And then next thing you know, Marlo done put her hands in Kenya's face, and Kenya was like, get your hands out my face, get your hands out my face. And y'all, I think they was really about to go. Like, I feel like they was really 2 seconds from something really going down. Like, I feel like it was about to be a real situation. But anyway, they had to break the 2 of them up. And then next thing you know, Sonya and Drew decided they're going to try to talk things out and try to come to some sort of a truce. Girl, bye. I can't keep up with these people in this up and down, round and round, inside out. You turn me. I'm giving love. It's Sister Lee, round and round. That's how I feel, Diana. That's how I feel. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.